right. So last time we were talking about the space of dating, courting, that process, and we said people fear it. And when I went home, I thought even when we fear it, we ought to be gracious. If I can remember the take home, we ought to be gracious when you're going through that process, when you're doing rorasho, that's the dowry negotiation, when you're doing the introductions, when you're looking for green flags and red flags, when you're having conflict, when you're budgeting on the wedding, you be gracious. It's being intentional. I think grace also has an element of intentionality.
Yeah, definitely. I think when people ask, I think there are people who've asked me, like, how you keep on mentioning grace, grace, grace. In this situation, how can I actually practically have grace, during the process? And I think when we mention that you're supposed to actually depend on God's grace, is basically depending on a father that loves you. Because during the process, there's a lot of need for money. There's need for confidence. When you're meeting, need for time. You need
premarital counseling.
I know.
For how long did you do your premarital counseling?
When was it? 1 month.
1 month. Wow.
I think those are like 13. We did 13 sessions.
Yeah. You see, it needs a lot of time.
It does. And I think also that aspect of there's so many things that can come in the way, meeting the parents, fear, confidence, being able to say, this is the person I want. Let's start the process. And all these things, you need to be able to rely on God's goodness. Because grace now in this aspect means God's goodness, the Father's goodness, knowing that you can always, all the things that you feel like you need during the process, because they'll come up, you'll be told to bring this, but the Father's goodness will guide you to be able to get the things that you actually need, or the grace to actually just know what to do when you need to do something. Because sometimes we can be limited, but He cannot be limited.
Wow, what a recap. And then here you are, it's your wedding day, it's all together, no training. I think that's one of the things any person who is wedding or has wed will pray for a perfect weather. And I think 65% of the times it rains. Whether you experience that.
I did.
Remember I did, On my day it rained as well. My dress had matope, had somewhere near the knee. Yes, it rained a lot. But they are called showers of blessings, And so you say, I do. I think on that wedding day is another day that you need grace. Because of service providers, and all that. And you get into marriage. And it's voila. Here we are. Keep pinching yourself. Am I married? Did you ever confuse? Maybe you went to the wrong stage. You used to going to the north of Nairobi. You're supposed to go to the south of Nairobi. And you find yourself
on the other side. There's a lot of adjusting. You wonder, how did I even get here? What am I supposed to be doing? And sometimes you can go into it with just a picture of it, and then you have to plan yourself how to live, how maybe you're not used to doing something, now you're in a space where you need to, because it's a season. Sometimes people need to understand there's a single season and there's a married season. And there's so many things that changes, when you come into this space. There's so many things you need to add into your schedule, into things you need to start doing. And, you are not used to cooking when you are single. You're used to always taking takeout. But now,
for me, I hated cleaning, especially clothes. Like today, I still hate cleaning. It gave me goosebumps. I would rather go probably work somewhere, be a waitress, get my 500 bob and come pay someone to clean for me. I hated. Let me tell you, that was our first conflict with my husband. It was our first conflict because I remember him coming from a space of, he'd seen his mom clean for his dad. And so I remember on the that first conflict, he's like, you're not cleaning? I'm thinking, huh? Like, I was so shocked. When we were dating, the times we would even pay for that lady to wear my clothes, And he's changed the narrative. I'm like, who does this? Why has it changed all of a sudden? And I am just imagining, had I met Joy at that time and Grace plus therapy, probably I would have learned about the space of,
I
because it wasn't a good conflict.
I know.
Oh, we disagreed from here to.
It's so.
Right now, if he found me cleaning, I think he would opt to clean himself.